Hello everybody and welcome to the November edition of the 2012 Anglers Covey Fly Fishing Report. Today we're going to talk about a few places around Colorado Springs. We're going to talk a little bit about Pueblo and the Arkansas tailwater here. We're also going to be talking about Spinney Reservoir. We're going to be talking about Spinney Mountain Ranch, 11 Mile Canyon, and some of the small tributaries also around the area. Let's first talk about Pueblo and the tailwater of the Arkansas. The Arkansas is fishing really good right now. We have about a 65 CFS today. That's cubic feet per second. What this enables us to do is find these fish in the deeper holes. We're not going to forget the riffle water though. Even though it's pretty skinny, there's still going to be good fish in there. The big deal today is not to forget we're going to try a lot of different patterns and we're going to keep on going until we find one that works. But primarily this time of year, we're going to find that Baetis patterns work. We're going to find some glow bug and worm patterns work very well. We're going to also find a variety of different May 5 patterns work and streamers. This is streamer time. We're going to find a lot of great big fish on streamers throughout the whole river system. Let's also talk a little bit about Spinney Mountain Ranch right now. You know, the river was really fishing good for the brown trout spawn for a good month or so in October. The water has fluctuated greatly, unfortunately due to our low snowpack last year. You know, we went from around 60, 70 CFS up to about 200 and then back down to about 100 where it is right now. However, that being said, it's still a lot of fun to go up there and fish to a lot of big brown trout. There's great salmon run this year in there. You know, the cut bows and rainbows will be following up those browns and those salmon to get, you know, some of those great protein and eggs that we'll need to winter. So right now I'd be using any kind of glow bug pattern. Again, any kind of brown trout spawn would be great. You're going to find that small black beauties and little RS2s are going to work great, trail behind an egg pattern. But mostly just look for those brown trout, try to get 3 or 4 feet in front of them, and then look for their mouths to move. You know, these fish are so adept at taking flies without moving that strike indicator, you're going to really want to be careful as to when to set that hook. It's going to be integral in really catching one of those great brown trout. However, I just want to caution you, from here going through December, we're going to see a lot less browns. I'd say majority of them have already retreated back down into 11 Mile Reservoir. While we're talking about Spinney Mountain Ranch, let's not forget the reservoir. The reservoir has been fishing great this year. My friend Kenny Ramiro is up there constantly. He probably fishes up there 20 to 30 times a season. He always tells me from the early part of October all the way up until it closes in mid-November is great streamer fishing. What he does is he gets out there in his kick tube, gets his 6 weight with a heavily weighted sinking line and a big woolly booger, usually black or black and olive or olive, lets it sink down at variable intervals. And he'll strip in, sometimes very aggressively. Some of the best pictures I've seen come out of there have been in the fall. This is a great time to get up there and fish. You know, we also have a lot less wind this time of season than we do in the normal part, during the summer and in the spring when it just opens. Now, some of these winter storms can sneak up on you, so you got to be aware that it's out there. But this is some of the best streamer fishing you can get in the state right now is on Spinney Reservoir. You don't have to get very far away from the parking lots either to experience some good fun out there. Not only that, but the pike are really interested in getting some food in their stomachs to winter. So you will also catch a bunch of pike out there at the same time. If you haven't caught a pike, very aggressive takes, lots of fun. You can even start thinking for the summer, you know, they're so much fun that you can start thinking about this type of pike flies you'll need to actually start catching them on purpose instead of just accidentally with those woolly buggers. But this is a great time in Spinney Reservoir to catch some of those gigantic rainbow trout, some browns, some cut bows that live out there. I think you'll really enjoy that. Lastly, I'd like to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the small creeks that we have around the state. This has been a really bad year for those small creeks. You know, the infamous ones, Grape Creek, Jefferson Creek, Beaver Creek, have all been really ravaged by the low water that we've had this year. However, you can still get in there before we start getting some freezes and still catch some of these fish before any winter kills or anything else. Usually the biggest fish survive. They're very eager to take anything floating on the top of the water right now. I'd suggest going up to Beaver Creek. If you haven't fished it, you'll definitely find yourself all alone. You'll definitely find a lot of eager fish willing to take gigantic terrestrials and some beadheads. Lastly, we're going to be doing some really exciting stuff in the classroom this year. We're going to be doing a lot of free seminars on Saturdays. We're going to be trying to follow up what we've done with the 101 and 201 Orvis classes this year, which really drove a lot of people into the shop. We should be doing some exciting seminars on blogging, photography, filming, winter clothing, winter fishing, streamer fishing, backcountry fishing, and some high mountain lake stuff, which should be really interesting. I think you'll really enjoy that. Also, we've had a bunch of sales over the year, and they kind of draw to a close as we head into the winter season. You could also say that we winter over the season, but it's really important to know that right now, going through Christmas, you'll find some real incredible deals. I know I've seen some rods in there like the Bank Robber 608. You know, that's 120 bucks off. There's a lot of rods that are hundreds of dollars off right now. There's some great deals on reels, tying materials, clothing especially. You know, stuff that we haven't been able to sell over the summer, you'll find at incredibly slashed rates. Now, I know, of course, it's my job to tell you to come in and check out these rates, but, you know, as a customer myself, I really enjoy coming in this time of season because you'd really find some stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to buy or might be out of that price range, or stuff that you just didn't know was there. It's tucked away back in that clearance area. You know, really great buys right now. Going into this last part of the season too, we're going to really start ramping up our tying sessions. You're going to get in some great instructors, John Kleis, Hopper Juan Ramirez, Greg Blessing. These guys that are world renowned for the ties that they do are going to be in our shop doing all sorts of different cool stuff that you should come and check out. At least get on our site, check out the schedule. You might find something that's really cool. Of course, going into the season, we're also going to try to make shopping a little bit easier for you. We're going to be, you know, doing gift wrapping for free and all sorts of different stuff that if you just ask us, you know, we're there for you guys. We really want to help you out. So have fun, enjoy. I'm going to go fishing.